Dear students, Shyotikanta Guha Center for Culture and Learning welcomes you in today's seminar on exploring the world of mathematics. We are privileged to have with us this morning Dr. Arnab Chakraborty, Associate Professor, Indian Statistical Institute, Kolkata. I wish each one of you a very engaging and enriching session for an hour or so with Dr. Chakraborty. I would now request Mrs. Rajashi Biswas, Principal, Garden High School, Kolkata, to introduce Dr. Chakraborty to you. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. Please don't stand. Shyotikanta Guha Foundation is a charitable society which was established in September 1991 in memory of Shyotikanta Guha, who expired in January that year. Since the names of Shyotikanta Guha and his wife, Pritilata Guha, the first secretary of the foundation, are indissolubly linked with South Point as its founder and its associate founder, the first members of the foundation decided that education should be the main sphere of the foundation's activities. Currently, Shyotikanta Guha Foundation owns 3 schools in West Bengal: Garden High School, Kolkata, affiliated to Council for the Indian School Certificate Examinations; Garden High International School, IGCSE, Kolkata; and Garden High School, ISA, Kolkata, affiliated to Central Board of Secondary Education. By setting up the Shyotikanta Guha Center for Culture and Learning, we call that SKGCCL, the foundation aims to nurture young talents in the fields of art and culture. Shyotikanta Guha Center for Culture and Learning conducts a variety of short-term and long-term programs in communicative English, foreign languages, music, dance, art, painting, photography, short filmmaking, etc. SKGCCL is an effort to supplement the formal curriculum offered by educational institutions, organizes cultural program, webinars, seminars, and workshops, both online and offline, on various subjects and topics on a regular basis to ensure the overall development of young learners. Such programs are open to all educational institutions with specific target age groups for each program or event. This morning, it is my pleasure to introduce our special guest, Dr. Arnab Chakraborty. Dr. Arnab Chakraborty is currently an associate professor at the Indian Statistical Institute, Kolkata. How many of you wish to go there? To ISI Kolkata, have you heard of it? So, sir, this is your opportunity to tell them that what the institute is so well known for. He did his bachelor in statistics and master in statistics from the same institute and obtained his PhD from Stanford University, California. While his regular academic activities revolve around college-level students and above, Dr. Chakraborty's hobby is to explore unorthodox teaching techniques at the foundational level. The session this morning will involve solving mathematical puzzles that are based on deep mathematics. These puzzles hope to provide a glimpse into invariance principle and graph theory at a level accessible to you. The talk aims to set you students on a path to explore a new world of mathematics. We are really thankful to you, sir, Dr. Chakraborty, for taking the time out of your busy schedule to be here with us. Over to Dr. Chakraborty.
Good. Okay, thank you very much for inviting me. Thanks to everyone in the first row as well as the remaining rows. It's always a pleasure to address school students because I only get to talk to grown-ups. It's always good to talk to beginners. I come from the Indian Statistical Institute. In case you have not heard about it, don't worry, you really do not need to know about statistics or Indian Statistical Institute to follow this. So in case you are interested, I can talk about Indian Statistical Institute later. Now this is about understanding mathematics. Now how many of you like mathematics? So many. I didn't expect that. That's great. Okay, so when I usually go to schools, I generally find, oh, you also like mathematics. Thank you, ma'am. So while it is, it's usually considered to be kind of a taboo subject. Mathematics, boring, I do not like it. Now, one main reason why people do not like mathematics is because the way mathematics is introduced in most schools, maybe not in this school, but in most schools, it's like some fixed steps that you have to do. Find out HCF of two numbers, do this, do that, steps after step after step, you get some answer. If you get the right answer, you get full marks. If not, you get 0. So that's not the most interesting prospect. Now, the greatest thing of mathematics, if you look at lives of mathematicians, is that they like to think about mathematics. It is more about that part of mathematics where you do not write things down. It's almost like a brain work. And solving puzzles is the best way to introduce you to that idea. So we are going to talk about mathematics. Some of them are pretty advanced stuff, but you will rarely need any pencil or paper. You can just sit, think, and get answers. So let's start. By the way, how many of you know how to count? Pretty insulting question, right? And I do not see too many hands. So it seems the others do not know how to count. Okay, I will just check whether you really can count. So this is a little counting exercise. So this was part of a puzzle that was made very popular by the famous American puzzlist called, anyone knows? Very famous American puzzlist, Sam Lloyd. Now when he sold it, it came in the form of a cardboard piece. So there are actually two pieces. The outside thing is the cardboard rectangle, and this circular thing was cut out of that. I think I have this wonderful device which will let me point, but somehow it's not working in my hand. Okay, doesn't matter. I have my long hands to aid me. So could you please count how many of these Chinese guys are there? 13. You're sure? 13, right? Now look carefully at it. Don't blink. What I am going to do, I am going to turn this internal disk. I am not going to hide anything. I am not going to bring out anything from any hidden place. Look, I am just turning. 1, 2, 3. Can anyone please count how many Chinese guys you can see?
14.
14?
Yes.
Huh? So is it 13 or 14 or what? Okay. Okay, I will count again. I will start with this guy. Earth. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay, I will get back to the original configuration. Okay, I will count again starting from this guy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So originally there were 12. And when I turned, it suddenly became 13. Huh? How is that possible? Well, we know population grows, but not in this way. Yeah, just a suggestion. Right? So which is that guy? Can you please point that out? So he thinks that two people are merging into one. So this one or this and this? Well, I am counting them as two, right? 1, 2, separate. And when I am rotating, I am still counting them separate, 1 and 2. They are just reshuffled. I am not combining them into one single guy. Yes, please.
As far as I could see, the equation is kind of divided into halves. So when you are rotating clockwise, for some reason the halves are merging to form one extra character.
Right.
Get that part exactly.
Right. Yes. So what you have said is perfectly okay. She has rightly observed that each person is cut up into two parts, and when I am rotating, they are aligning in a different way. But the surprising thing that she is unable to explain, and that is the thing that I want you to understand, is how can that produce or cause to disappear one extra person. That is the thing. Things are merely sliding, this part fitted with that part fitted with this part, but why should the numbers change? Nothing went out of the scene, nothing came from some hidden place. Why is that? Yes, absolutely, I can show it as many times as you like. Oh, sorry, I am moving in this direction. Maybe I will go back and forth a number of times. Yes, you have a suggestion? Yes, don't feel shy.
The part outside of the circle,
Yeah.
those parts, each person, they are increasing a little and it makes one whole person.
Everyone is increasing a little. That was a very brilliant answer. Thank you very much. Yes, you have got very close to the correct answer. So, when I just turn things around, we do not really expect that the number of persons should change, but as he has very rightly guessed, the sizes of the persons are slightly different. Now that is an interesting thing. Now one beauty of mathematics is when you look at it with all its bells and whistles, all this paraphernalia, it sometimes becomes difficult to see the underlying pattern. But if you abstract things out, many problems become quite easy. So now I am going to show you an abstracted version of this, and you will immediately see what he has already seen based on this entire thing. So that's great that you could see that. So I am now going to take a mathematical perspective. I have just got rid of all those discs and all those Chinese people. I have just a piece of card which is slashed like this, and I have some lines. So let's count how many lines there are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay, I am going to slide them. I am just sliding them up. I just sliding them. How many lines are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So 13 became 12. But now there is not much of a magic here, because you understand that something actually has not changed, and that is the total length of the line has not changed. While it is true that I have only 12 lines, all these 12 lines are a little bit longer than the earlier lines, right? So the lines that I had earlier were short, only up to this. And the lines that I have later have grown, everything has grown, and thus they have accommodated one additional line. So there is something which should not change. From a layman's perspective, it seems that the total number of people should not change. How can that change? But from the mathematical perspective, what cannot change is the total amount of ink or the total length. So if you just redistribute it, you can make the total number change. And that is very useful as a mathematical principle. It is called the principle of invariance. It is a very powerful technique. It underlines some brilliant ideas in mathematics, but we are going to explore it using just little things. Now, I had read about this from some little magazine when I was a school kid, and then I tried to create this thing on my own. It's always fun when you try to do things on your own instead of just reading books and saying, Sam Lloyd did it, so can I make it? And I figured out one simple way, and I want to share that with you because you can also do it. So what you have to do is you take 2 strips of paper. I am showing you 2 strips of paper. Usually I will just take one exercise book and tear off one strip. So this will be the main body of the exercise book, and this will be the other strip. Oops, sorry. So that you can slide one over the other. And then you start sketching. Depending on how well you can draw, well, you draw a little figure. Just make sure a little part of it comes to the lower thing. Now slide it. You see, this figure, well, passes off as an entire person, just the foot is chopped off, and the little feet are separate. Okay, you complete that little feet, create another little person, and move back and forth. Now give that guy a little longer feet, and move again, and add a little body. So be as creative as you like. You do not have to draw just human figures. You can draw flowers, vases, or whatever you like. And you go on like this. So at each step, you are making the things come more and more towards the strip at the bottom. And you go on like this. And finally, your final piece comes completely or almost completely in this half. And now the magic sets in. So you just count the number. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Slide them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So the number has changed. And I can tell you, I became insanely popular at my school because I used to make them for all the students. So they liked it a lot. It's actually quite simple. All the things that I have to take care of is the total amount of ink that must be invariant. But most people think wrongly that it is the number of people that will be invariant. They fail to notice, unlike our smart friend over here, that each of these persons are slightly taller. So that's cool. Okay, so that is one thing. So that is called invariance, a very useful principle. And I might even say that invariance is so very useful, you can even prove very highbrow things like this. Suppose I give you just a scale and a compass, the things that you find in a geometry box, and I ask you to trisect an angle. What does that mean? I give you an angle, any arbitrary angle, and I ask you to split it up into 3 equal parts. So there is an algorithm for doing bisection of angles. You know about that? So how to bisect an angle? You draw arcs, and that will bisect it. The question is, can you come up with a similar technique with which you can trisect an angle? The answer is no, it is impossible. How do you prove something is impossible? Well, invariance principle actually helps there. So just to give you an idea that invariance principle is not just about some frivolous child's play, it finds application even in deep mathematics. Anyway, I am not going to go into that. That's too deep for our purpose. What we shall do is we shall see a number of puzzles. I already tell you, puzzle of the 5 cups, and that uses invariance principle, kind of a hint. And then we will see the puzzle of the symbols. And there is a magic by an American magician called Bob Hammer. So let's see. So I will start with these things one by one. I will start with, say, puzzle of the symbol. So that is the simplest one. I expect that all of you should be able to get how I am doing that. Let me just see. I should have it ready somewhere. Ooh. That's great. So here, this is actually something that I am taken from the web. I just recreated my own little version. So you can see certain symbols, some strange, weird symbols. Now, what I want you to do, I want some of you, one of you to do. I want you to do something. Okay. You have to think of a 2-digit number. Okay. Think of a 2-digit number. Fine. Now, what you have to do is you have to add the 2 digits up mentally. Okay. For example, if you have thought about 23, you do 2 plus 3. Then you get 5. Subtract this number, the sum, from the number that you have originally thought about. Okay? Right? So you've got a number. Now, corresponding to that number, you will see a particular picture. So find that picture. Okay? Now concentrate on that. Think about it so that you do not forget that particular symbol. You will remember it? So if I show it to you later, you will remember it, right? Okay, I had no way of knowing what number she thought, but because she concentrated hard, well, you are concentrating on me, you should concentrate on the symbol, right? Now I know what the number she has thought, or what is the symbol that she has got. I do not know about the numbers. Is this the symbol? Yes. Huh? How do I know? Okay, maybe I will show it once again. Actually, she is my friend. She just told me what the thing is. Okay, I will do it once again. Yes, you may sit down. I will ask someone else. I will ask you. So again, think of any 2-digit number, add the 2 digits up, whatever you get, subtract from the original number. Now look at the corresponding symbol, concentrate, great concentration. Okay? So you will remember, if I show it to you later, I think what you are thinking is this.
Yes, sir.
How could I do that? I tell you, it is the invariance principle at hand. No concentration really helps. Yes, you may sit down. Thank you. How did I do it? And I can do it any number of times. I am not hiding anything from you. There is nothing up my sleeve. It's a long sleeve, but there is nothing up my sleeve. How am I doing it? Any clue? Just to give you a hint, I am going to do it once again, but this time I will do it in a stupid way. I am too ambitious, I will attack 2 persons simultaneously. I will go to you, think of a number, you do the same routine, and you. You also think of a number, and add the 2 digits, subtract from the original number, and look at the respective pictures. You focus on your picture, you focus on your picture. Fine? Right? Now, I am going to show this. Oh, there's only one picture. So both of you looked at this picture? So does that ring a bell? Yes, you may sit down. Yes, someone is trying to give.
Actually a constant series of number, hence the numbers which are on the card is actually same. So I tried to calculate with 2 different numbers and they yielded the same card. So for example, when we are adding it and then subtracting by the sum of the digits, it yields a constant series. So when we assign a single card to the series, the card shows the value.
Very good, very good. Thank you very much. What's your name, by the way?
Ayush.
Ayush. Okay, thank you, Ayush. So what he has guessed, so maybe you can give him a clap. And we should also give a clap to him. I forgot to mention that. Yes, clap is also due to him. Okay. So if you look at it carefully, you thought about a number. Okay. So that number is two-digit number. So something like 23. Suppose the first thing is A and the second number is B. So if the first digit, if the tens digit is A and the unit digit is B, what will the number be? 10A plus B. Very good. And then I said add the two digits up, which means A plus B. You subtract A plus B from 10A plus B. What do you get? 9A. So I know whatever answer you have, it must be a multiple of 9. That's the invariant thing. Whatever you do, I know that it is bound to be in that set, all the multiples of 9. That is invariant. My trick actually works based on that. Now carefully look at this. All these things are created randomly every time. Just look at all the multiples of 9 I have out there. 9, I have put this picture. 18, I have again put this picture. Then I have 27, the same picture. 36, again the same picture. All multiples of 9 are showing that picture. So I knew that you were looking at that picture. And I just made the other things some nonsense stuff. And just in case someone would really guess, what I did was, this A can be something from 0 to 9. So this can never be, for example, 99. A cannot be 11. A is a single digit. So deliberately, it is not visible on the screen here. I made the 99th picture, or the 90th picture, or the 99th picture. I could make it different. I do not know why it is not showing up. Something is wrong. So the main idea is I used invariance, and magicians call it forcing. So I basically forced you to choose a multiple of 9, but I garbed it under the disguise of think of a two-digit number, subtract the sum of the digits, blah, 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 blah. But basically, I forced you to choose a multiple of 9. That is a simple application of invariance principle. Okay, now here's another one, less simple one. This one will take us to the magic of the, or the puzzle of the 5 cups. So I've got 5 cups here. Up, down, up, down, up. Your job is to start from this particular configuration, up, down, up, and go to just the opposite configuration. Wherever it is up, you make it down. Whenever it is down, make it up. Well, that is easy. You pick one of them, turn it, turn it, turn it. That's quite simple. But that will not make a puzzle. In order to make it into a puzzle, I put one restriction. You have to get hold of 2 of these cups simultaneously, 2 distinct cups. Don't hold the same cup with both your hands. And then toggle their position. Let me just show. Suppose I pick 1 and I pick, say, 4, and then I toggle them. So 1 was up, 1 became down, 4 was down, 4 became up. In this way, in the next step, I might again choose 4 and 3. So both of them are up, they became down. So in each step, you have to toggle 2 cups. And in the process, you have to arrive at this final configuration in the least possible number of steps. What is that least possible number of steps? So let's just warm up by first finding at least one way of moving from here to there. So the best way to start is you try. So you can tell me flip 1 and 4, and I will do that. So the work is to get from here to this configuration, and whoever gets it in the smallest number of steps wins. And let's see whether you can find out what is the least number of steps required. Yes, you have a.
Turn the cup upside down and then can we turn the cup?
You have to turn 2 cups simultaneously. 2 cups always.
One cup from the first cup, if we take it and put it on the other side,
No, you have to keep everything in its place. Okay. You cannot swap things like this. Everything must be in place. So you can take a cup, flip it around, but you cannot take this cup and put it over there. No horizontal movement is allowed, only vertical movement. Yes, you suggest, what should I do? Okay. Yes.
Sir, for example, if we take one cup as a cup which we are using as a point of, like we are making it upside down. So first and fifth, and then second and fifth, third and fifth, and then fourth and fifth.
That will work. Let's try first and fifth. I am going to try it. First and fifth. Okay, then second and fifth. Then third and fifth. Then fourth and fifth. Have I achieved it? The first one is okay, second one is okay, third one is okay, fourth one is okay. The fifth one.
Fifth one.
Very close, almost there. Even in the first attempt, he is very, very close. Yes, you have a suggestion. So you do not have a little pieces of paper with you, so you have to do it mentally. It always helps if you have a little something to scribble on. You can always draw them like this, up, down, up, down, up. And so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So what is the list number? Well, let's forget about the list numbers. Let's move from the initial configuration to the final configuration. So any other suggestion? And this is a very common situation in mathematics. You initially do not see any idea, then you start thinking. Sometimes mathematicians spend over centuries, of course not the same mathematician over centuries, but many mathematicians spend time solving the same problem. They cannot solve it in their lifetime. Yes, please.
Sir, what if in place of 5 we take the fourth cup? 1 and 4, 2 and 4, 3 and 4, 4 and 5.
He is modifying that existing solution. 1 and 4, maybe I should start from the beginning. 1 and 4, 2 and 4, 3 and 4. Then do I do 4 and 5?
Yes, sir.
4 and 5.
Oh.
Okay. The first one is okay, second one is okay, third one is okay, fifth one is okay, but the fourth one is not okay. So whichever you are using as your anchor, that is betraying you. But you are almost there, right? Just one thing. If you just, you might even take 10 steps, 20 steps. That's not a problem, but so maybe we can declare a prize. Whoever gets it in the least number of steps will get. So what should we declare? Yes. Can you?
Sir, 3. 3
and 5.
Yeah, no, sir. 1 and 3, 2 and 3, 3 and 4, 3 and 5.
Okay, so I will start again from the beginning. 1 and 3, 2 and 3, 3 and 4, 3 and 5. So all of you are trying the same idea of anchoring, and again the same problem. The guy that you are using to anchor is the guy that puts you down. So maybe you should not have any anchor. So it's not that you always have to keep something common. You can do 1 and 2, 2 and 3, 3 and 4, 4 and 5, 5 and 1, something like that. Yes.
Sir, we can do it like this. 2 and 4. Then
2 and 4. Okay, I will start afresh. I will do 2 and 4.
5 and 3.
5 and 3.
And 3 and 1.
3 and 1. Wow, that is clever. So first one is okay, second one is okay, third one is not okay, fourth is okay, 5 is okay. Yes, you are almost there, but this time 3 is not in its right place. Almost there, you are all knocking on the door. Yes, you want to try? Try. 1 and 3, 2 and 4, good. Not 2 and 4, okay, I will put them back in their proper order. Yes? 5 and 2.
4 and 2.
4 and 2?
Yes.
Okay, 4 and 2.
No, sir.
First one is correct. At this time the second one is not correct. Oh, now it has moved to the second one. Okay. So always only one thing. You are knocking on the door, knock and it shall be opened unto you. Well, mathematics is not entirely like Christianity, right? You might be. 2 cups. Always you have to move 2 cups simultaneously. Yes.
Sir, this time, yes, sir. 2 and 4,
2 and 4,
5 and 3,
5 and 3,
1 and 3.
1 and 3. First one is okay, second one is okay, fourth is okay, fifth is okay, but the third one, that pesky guy, always causing problem. You are there, almost there. Yeah. Almost there, right? Yes. 2 and 3. 2 and 3.
3 and 4.
3 and 4.
5 and 3.
5 and 3. Okay, moving smartly. So at least he has got the first cup wrong, because everyone got the first cup right, and all the remaining things are okay. So that is kind of, yes, there are more suggestions. Yes. 1 and 5. 1 and 5. 3 and 4. 2 and 2 and 2 and 5. No. 3 and 4 now, okay. 3 and 5, okay, I will just cancel it. 3 and 5. No. Yes. 1 and 2, okay, simplest. 1 and 2. Why not start with 1 and 2? Yes. 2 and 3, okay.
Then 3 and 4.
Right, and I guess you are going to say 4 and 5?
Yes, sir.
No.
No.
And then 5 and 1? No.
This was the last one.
It's almost there, right?
Yes,
First
sir.
one is okay. The second one. Oh. 4 and 2.
4 and 2, yes.
Now do 4 and 2. It's there.
Yeah.
5 and 1. Okay. 5 and 1.
It's back to the same position.
Okay, back to the previous step. 3 and 2. So you see, that's how mathematics is. So, after all, it's a meaningless problem, right? But still, you feel the excitement. So that is the true fun of mathematics. You are trying to get something in a logical way. And you try and you try and you try. What is? What is invariant? She remembers. We talked about invariance. Something is invariant here. Something is not changing. Whatever you do, if you recognize that, the mystery goes away. Think about something is not changing. Yes?
Sir, the cup from which we are starting, the last cup, one of the cup, every time is not changing. Means we cannot change that cup. If we change that cup, then again one cup is not changing. Every time one cup is not changing.
So yes, recognize one thing. Always there is one cup which is causing the problem. Now if you really play it in a stupid way, you will find that sometimes there are 3 cups which are wrong. But you are absolutely right. If you play it very, very cleverly, you will still get stuck with 1 cup. Somehow you have to get over that thing. Okay, now just to give you some hint, I am writing this thing. Once more. Yes, absolutely. Yeah, what? Okay, you are not trying to. Okay. So just notice this thing. I am always taking 2 cups at a time and flipping them. And I am always showing the numbers, how many up and how many down. Look carefully at the numbers of up. Just focus on that. I am doing some random steps. Suppose I did that. 3 up. I will do this. I will do this. I will do this. So what are the numbers that you are seeing over there? Do you see anything invariant? This one is subtle. Okay, I am grabbing 2 cups. Now the 2 cups that I am grabbing may either both of them in the up position, or both of them are in the down position, or one of them is in the up position and the other is in the down position, right? These are the only 3 possibilities. After I have flipped, this will become down, down, this will become up, up, and this will become down, up. How is the total number of up cups changing here? It is going down by 2, because 2 cups were up, now they are pointing downwards. So the number of up cups has decreased by 2. Is that clear to everyone? So the number changes by -2. So if I have 3 and I take 2 up cups and flip them, then the number will become only 1. Only 1 cup, that is the right side up. Similarly, if I come here, I take 2 cups which are pointing downwards, and if I flip them, how is the number of up cups change? +2. It increases by 2. And in this case, how is the number changing? The number is not changing at all, because up becomes down, compensated by the down becoming up. So it is not changing at all. So whatever you do, the number of up cups can either stay where it is, grow by 2, shrink by 2. As a result, if the original number is even, it continues to be even, right? If you take an even number, add 2 or subtract 2 or do nothing, it will remain an even number. Initially, I started with this configuration. Up 1, 2, 3. So initially the number was 3, which was an odd number. So whatever you do, it will always remain odd. 3 can become 1, 3 can become 5, 3 can remain 3. You can never get into any even number. So the invariance here is the parity. Parity means whether the number is even or odd, that remains invariant. Howsoever you try, you can never make the number of up cups an even number. And what is the number of up cups here? 2. So it is impossible to get from here to here. That's why I could freely declare any price of whatever amount. I knew no one of you were actually going to get it. It's an impossibility. Now you might say, hey, that's cheating. Yeah, you said you can do it in minimum number of steps. I said no, but you see the power of mathematics. If you could solve it, you try for a week, and then you come up with one solution which is possibly requires 100 steps. But what I proved is that even if you try for 10 trillion years, you cannot do it. Which means in this little argument, I have packed infinite amount of information. All the possible attempts that you ever could have done cannot succeed. So that is the beauty of mathematics, a beauty of the invariance principle among other principles of mathematics. You can put inside just a finite piece of argument this thing that you can never do it. How do you show you can never do something? You can say that I tried and I tried, I could not do it, my friend could not do it, no one I know could do it, but that does not mean that no one can do it. But here with this little argument, you can say that no one can possibly do it. Okay, so that was another example. Now, I am supposed to go on up to 12, right? Right. So, I will give you the other trick. So, this trick, I am always a little skeptical about this. Magic by Bob Hammer. So, Bob Hammer was an American magician, but he suffered from the terrible impediment that he stammered. Now, if a magician stammers, that is very difficult for a magician. He was a very clever guy, so he used to invent magics and used to sell the magics for a very miserable sum to other magicians who made a lot of money out of them. Now, the particular magic that I am going to talk about is a very simplified version. This is not exactly fit to be shown on stage, but you can make it. You can make a more complicated things. So, I need a pack of cards. Okay. So, this magic is again based on the principle of invariance. I do not need that one. And this magic may be shown in parallel to many people. The trouble is, it is a little, you have to follow certain instructions, and I will give you the instructions. So, first of all, there is a thing called cut. When I say cut, you hold the deck, you take something from below and you put on top. Do not take something from in between. So, do not do anything like that. You take some cards in between and then put it on top. So, you take some of the cards from the bottom and then put them on top. That is called a cut. And then we have to do this flip top two cards together. What you do is you take the top two cards together as a packet, you flip them, turn them around and put them back on the deck. So, I take both the cards together, flip them around and put them back. It is not that I take one, put them back, I take the other, then put it back. I take both of them as a single thing, turn and put it back. So, you have to just follow these things, otherwise the magic is not going to work. Now, the instruction goes like this. I think I have got two jokers. I will remove one of them. I do not need two jokers. So, what I will do is I will take 4 cards, and it may be shown to any number of the audience. I will give 4 cards to each. So, I will give 4 cards to you. That is the advantage of sitting in the front row. You will get cards. Okay, I will give to you 4 cards to you, and it always helps if I involve more people of the audience, because if some of you goof up, in that case I can prove that I am doing it correctly by saying that the others have done it correctly. Okay, now what you have to do is this. So, you can just shuffle and whatever you do, whatever. So, first you just give a random card. So, you take any number of cards from the bottom and put them on top. You do it on your own. You do not have to tell me how many cards you are taking from the bottom and putting on top. You may not do the step at all. Whatever the thing is, now you remember the bottom card. So, you must remember it. That is the thing that I am going to tell you. You remember the bottom card. In this case, it is 10 of hearts. Now, what you do is you take the top card to the bottom. I take the top card and put it in the bottom. Okay, now you have the next top card, you flip it. I just flip it and put it back on top. And to hide that card, what I do is I take again a random card. So, take any number of cards from the bottom, put it on the top. Now, I take the top 2 cards, take them together, flip and put it back. And I said repeat the above 2 steps 3 times. You do not have to. You may repeat them 1 time, no time, 10 times. I just do not care. So, you do the random cut. You have to do these things and then do these things as many times as you like, or maybe not at all. You see, there is a random cut at the start. There is a random cut here. I do not know how many times you are repeating these things. Still, I will tell you which card you remember. So, have you done that? So, So you can do that. Okay, fine. So I have no way of knowing. So which one was the bottom card? It's not that I made a little mark in the bottom card, because she did everything on her own. And if things are going correctly, this is the card that you have chosen. Yes. Good. Let me try the other ones. Whom did I give the card? Okay. I can tell you that you did something a little wrongly. So why? Huh?
I didn't flip it the first time.
Okay, so then you have to do that. Just do it once again. So that's the advantage of mathematical puzzle. You can always lay the blame on the audience. Yes?
And then I also made a mistake.
Okay, so you also do it once again. So that's the beauty of mathematical magics. You can always prove that you were right even if it didn't work out. Yeah. Yes, this time it has worked. This is the card. Let me see. I am afraid there is something wrong even in this case. So you just missed some of the step, at least one step. You want to try? Okay, you try. And in the meantime, I shall start explaining. So what I am doing is this. So you can see what is remaining invariant here. That is pretty tricky this time. So I have taken some cards, and the cards are all face down initially. I said just give a random card. That's nonsense. It doesn't matter because you are remembering the bottom card. So this is the card that you are remembering. I put a star against that. Now what you are doing is take the top card to the bottom. You take the top card to the bottom. This is not there anymore. Now you flip the current top card. Whatever card is at the top, you flip it. So this is the configuration up to which you are forced to go. Now you are allowed to do random cards and flip top two cards together as many times as you like. So you think you are trying to hide your chosen card. Now let us see what happens. Just think of all these things as a circle. So think of them as circle. The top card, the next card, then the card here and the card here. So you are moving top to bottom. Top to bottom. When you are doing a cut, what are you doing? You are basically taking some here and putting it on the top. So when you look at it as a cycle, nothing is really changing because it remains the same cycle. So whenever you are applying a random cut, if you think of it as a circular arrangement, then the circular arrangement is not changing at all. For example, if your cards are like A, B, C and D, and you put these things above, then you get C, D, A, B. But think of it as a circular arrangement. It is A, B, C, D earlier, and now it is C, D, A, B. So it is the same circular thing, except that now you are starting counting from a different direction. Now, whenever you are flipping two top cards together, something interesting happens. And the interesting thing, I am not going to show it, but you can just try on your own and you will get it. The interesting thing is, you look at the pattern. The pattern is three cards are all facing in one direction and one card, just the opposite card, facing in the other direction. So this is like my sentinel card. So this is like a spy card. Three cards in the one direction and the spy card in the opposite direction. and your chosen card is always opposite the spy card. This pattern is the invariant in this case. Howsoever you do it, how many random cuts you do, how many times you flip two top cards together, this pattern does not change. So all that I did was, the moment I got the cards, I looked at them, only one card faced in the other direction. So if all of them were face up, only one was face down. If all of them were face down, only one was face up. I just looked at the card opposite that, and that was bound to be the correct card. And whenever for some students I found that there were two up cards and two down cards, I knew that there is something wrong, because I knew that the pattern must be this: one card in one direction and the remaining in the other direction. Okay? So I can just check with them if they have done it correctly this time. Yes? Yes. So what he has given me is like this. I can see that there are three up cards and one card which is face down. So I will start moving in cycle. This, the opposite to this is this card. So this must be the card which you have chosen, right? So in this case, that was the invariant, and what Bob Hammer really sold was that particular invariant. And there are many magics which are based on this idea. If you take the top two cards together and flip them, then this particular pattern remains invariant, and then there are quite a number of magics which are actually based on that. This one is one of the simplest version. Okay, so I am near the end of my talk, and I will just give you one little thing, and I will stop. I think many of you have seen this picture, so I am not going to go into my slides anymore. Have you seen this particular diagram before? And what do you do with this? You try to trace it. So this is a very, very popular thing. When we were kids, we used to try to do it all the time. You have to trace the entire thing without lifting your pen, without retracing the same line more than once, and without using tricks like folding the paper and things like that. So can anyone do that? So have you ever been successful in doing that? So you can try, right? I try like this, this, this. Ah, I am stuck. I cannot draw this line. So any idea how one can do it, or maybe one cannot do it? Yes.
Do an outline like this,
Okay.
and then this, and then this, and the three others, and join them together.
Okay.
And then like do, and then the.
Okay. Why not I just like them some ABCDs? A, B, C, D, X, Y, Z, and W. Okay, now you may tell me.
Sir, first we'll join B to A.
B to A.
Sorry, first we'll join A to like B to A via Y. First
A to B via Y, okay.
And then we'll join A and B.
Via X.
A and B.
A and D directly or via X?
Directly.
Directly.
Sir, A and B.
A and B, okay.
And then we'll go to, we'll complete the three outer circles, like three left. And now we'll complete the inner ones. Now the, oh, acha, cross part.
You're stuck. Now you may have tried it a large number of times. It always is actually good exercise. You try it on your own for a large number of times before you actually get the trick. So the main idea is the following: it's actually not possible. And why is it not possible? Because of the following reason. Suppose someone says, yes, I can do it. Okay. If someone can do it, in that case, that someone has to start from somewhere and end somewhere. Okay. Suppose you can do it by starting from here and say ending here. Say someone claims I can do it by starting from here and finishing it here. Now what I will do is the following. I will pick up this particular point. Just count the total number of lines coming here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 is an odd number. So you take some such point where odd numbers of lines meet other than the start point and the end point. Now I say, since you have drawn the entire picture, obviously at some time or other you entered the point for the first time, which means you already spent one line coming in. But since you did not stop here, you had to leave the point again. So you spent another line, 2. Okay, still 3 other lines are left. Obviously you entered it for a second time. You spent yet another one. Again you had to leave. You spent another one. So every time you are entering and exiting, you are spending 2 lines. 2, then again entered and exit, 2. Finally, you are left with only one thing. So when you entered, you could not exit. So in every other point, you must enter and exit, because you did not start here, you did not end here. As a result, you really cannot draw this picture starting from A and ending with C. But someone will say, no, I will do it starting with B and ending with D. Is that possible? Then I will take this particular thing and do the same argument over here. And from this you can get this idea that whenever I get any such vertex where an odd number of lines match, I have to either start there or I have to finish there. So if there are 2 points, so maybe I have this statement, I will end with that. So just using this argument, and this is Euler's theorem. So that guy's name is Euler, not Euler. And that is a big theorem in statistics. So that's a big theorem in graph theory. So taught at university level. It says consider a diagram consisting of some points joined by some lines, just like this. Then you can draw this diagram without lifting your pen and without reusing any line, if and only if either only an even number of lines meet at each point, in which case whenever you enter you can exit, or an odd number of lines meet at exactly 2 points, in which case you will start from one of them and end at the other. Pretty simple idea, but that gives rise to a heavyweight theorem with lots of applications in in computer science and other places. Okay, I will just end with one little puzzle which is based on this. Here is a little diagram. Can you draw this without lifting your pen, without retracing any line? Is this possible? So if any one of you think it is possible, yes, the chalk is yours. It's not possible. No one takes up the challenge. Hey, no one takes up the challenge. You're all afraid. This guy always gives us impossible problems. Yes, you want to take up the challenge? Okay. Sorry? Yes, you can draw it anywhere. Yes. I used to fool my classmates with this a lot. Hey, you have the, yes. Yeah?
Every time I'm trying to, I'm getting stuck with this line in the middle.
Line in the middle. Yes, that's a good clue as to. Yes, you are getting stuck with that line, right. Okay, so it is not possible, right? So anyone else thinks it is possible? Yes, you think it's possible? Yes, come on. You can, yes, you can do whatever except retracing the same line and lifting your chalk. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. Thank you. Yes. And the trick is just use that theorem. There is only one place where the number is odd. If you count this 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, this is a point where I have only one line. This is another point where you have only one line. So you must start from one of them and end the other. Every time you come to anything, you just finish that thing and move over. That's it. Okay? I think that's enough torture for a day. Thank you for your questions. Okay.
If you have any questions for Professor Chakraborty, then you can ask in another 5 minutes.
Sir, from the puzzle of symbols, did you use arithmetic progression in that?
Yes. We are using arithmetic progression because when I said all the multiples of 9, they are in an AP. 9, 18, 27. Yes, absolutely you can use that.
Okay.
Sure. Yep.
Yes. That's
Anyone else?
Now they are shy. And in case you are interested in learning more about mathematics from such a perspective, there is a wonderful book by Percy Diaconis and Ron Graham. It says Magical Mathematics. Magical Mathematics. It's a long name, Magical Mathematics and Mathematics that animate great magic tricks, etc. by Diaconis and Graham. So you can find this book on the web and they give you some wonderful mathematics, not very difficult mathematics, but good mathematics, and some magic tricks based on them, something that you can really show. And this guy Diaconis, he actually fled from his home when he was 14 years old and became a professional magician, continued like a professional magician up to age 24, after which he joined Harvard and now he is a professor of mathematics at Stanford University. So this is someone who spent as a professional magician and now has become a professional mathematician. So that's a strange guy. And this book is also pretty strange. So if you want to have a look at mathematics from a different perspective, this is a very good book to start with. Okay, no other questions? So do I take that my talk was unquestionably good? Okay, so in that case, thank you very much. Okay.